From an outsider's perspective, winter may seem like time to relax for many farmers. Ryan Bell of Bell Farms says it's quite the opposite. Winter provides farmers time to prepare for the upcoming planting season.
During the winter, we're mainly, doing general maintenance on tractors, getting them all up to speed and ready to go. A lot of greasing, changing tires. Like this guy just got a new set of tires on him. Just making sure everything's ready so when the snow is gone, we can get out there in the field. We're ready to go. We don't have to wait around when everything's thawed. We're wanting to get out there and plant and be like, oh, well, we got to do all this maintenance on all these tractors now.
Many farmers are enjoying these cooler melting temperatures as it gives the moisture the chance to penetrate deep into the soil. They are also waiting for the ground temperatures to rise to begin work in their fields.
Thaw, refreeze, and then more snow, thaw, all these cycles that we keep going through, that's big. It helps you a lot more than say like a rainstorm or thunderstorm where you've got all this pounding rain coming down. When that snow just slowly thaws out, that really helps because you just get a slow absorption in the soil. Temperature is a big factor. You got to have enough heat in the ground that those, like say when you go to plant, that those seeds are actually going to germinate. If you do it too cold, there's a chance that you put seeds out there and then you get a frost and a couple of inches down. If it gets too cold, those seeds will just die. And then when it gets warm again, they won't sprout.
Many times planting season is spaced throughout the early spring based on how long it takes the crops to mature come the harvest season this fall.
When you want to plant, one of the nice things about planting is you want to kind of spread out your planting time. Like you'll have some crops that are, maybe they'll mature in 120 days, like for corn, and then you'll have some that are like at 110. So you can space out your planting and have it so you don't have to like plant it all in one day. You can plant this variety if it's 110 days, plant it 5 days before or something. That way, when it matures, it doesn't all mature at the same time.
Oftentimes, farmers rotate which crops they have in each field every year. This can save them lots of money in the long run as fertilizers can be very expensive.
We do it because you'll have a lot of nitrogen loss with corn. And if you are running corn on corn, year one corn, year two corn, you're going to have to apply a lot of fertilizer to get those nitrogen levels back up. And fertilizer cost is really skyrocketed. And that alone is a big savings for us. If we can run beans replenish that nitrogen.
Propane is very expensive right now, so drying corn can be very pricey. Bells wait a little longer to harvest to save money in propane expenses. GPS systems in the tractor have made harvest season a little less stressful for many farmers.
We like to let it sit out there a while longer, let it dry itself, and then pick it at about 15%. And that's kind of ideal what the co-ops and the seed companies look for when you're bringing in corn to them. They want that 15 range, 17, somewhere around there. When you're picking corn, you have to go exactly into the rows of the corn and line up with the rows exactly. Beans is just kind of like, you can drive all over the field. There's no set place that you have to go. Since you're not picking an individual row, you can you're way more flexible. It's easier in beans. But now with the GPS guidance systems and stuff, we can just do the corn. It basically tells you where you're at in the row, and it'll guide you along that same row, and you just drive. So now it's pretty easy to do corn, but a few years ago it's pretty tough.
Reporting for UNI TV, I'm Blake Anderson.